Right, let's look at estimating angles, but let's also first look at identifying reflex angles. Now, these are all reflex angles on this page. And let's just recap angles. So an angle is an amount of measurement between two lines, really, the space between two lines that intersect. So two lines that meet, for example, if I were to draw that, that would be an acute angle there. And if I were to estimate this angle, this acute angle, I would say it would be around about 65 degrees. Just an absolute guess there, based on how big you can measure them on a protractor. And then you could, so if we have another baseline like that, and we make the angle a lot bigger, make it obtuse angle, so this would be an obtuse angle, because as you can see it is bigger than 90 degrees. Remember, 90 degrees is sort of that L shape, and usually it's indicated by a square in the angle instead of a curved semicircular shape. So the obtuse angle here, I would say somewhere between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, so around about 130 degrees. So this is obtuse. So remember, acute is less than 90 degrees. Obtuse is more than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. And then 90 degrees is a right angle, because that's the amount of turn I've estimated for these two shapes, for these two angles. I know this angle is 90 degrees because right angles are probably the most straightforward one to identify. Right, let's have a look now at some reflex angles. So these angles are more than 180 degrees, okay? And as you can see, they're a little bit different to a lot of the other angles, because if I were to look at, let's look at angle A here. If I turn it around this way, this space here would be an obtuse angle. So if we were doing an angle here, this angle would be obtuse because it is less than 180 degrees, because a straight line, I know mine's not very straight here because I've not used a ruler, but this straight line, if it was straighter, would be 180 degrees. And as you can see, this angle is not quite fully straight, so this would be less than 180 degrees. But reflex angle looks at the other side of the shape, the other side of the two lines, and the reflex angle is this side here. So this side is a reflex angle because it is more than 180 degrees. So the way we can calculate that or estimate that is we can estimate first the obtuse angle, which would be, it's nearly 180 degrees. It's nearly a full turn. I would estimate this angle to be around about 170 degrees. So quite close to 180 degrees. I will measure that just to check. So my prediction was actually spot on. It's on the 170 degrees there. So because the baseline is facing left on the 0, we're looking on the outside numbers of the protractor, and this angle measures just over 170 degrees. 171 or 170 would probably be the answer to this one. Both would be correct. And to work out the size of the reflex angle, the other side, because all angles in a full turn, so a full turn is a complete circle, okay? So a full turn is 360 degrees. So no angle is bigger than 360 degrees because a full turn is 360 degrees. So to work out the reflex angle size, we can use our estimate, we'll use the measurement we've used, and subtract it from 360 degrees. So, angle A equals 360 degrees, which is a full turn, take away 170 degrees. So, angle A equals, so if we take away, if you know 180 is half of 360, so you know 180, so 360 take away 180 would be 180. If we take away 170, we're taking away 10 less, so you could add 10 to 180, which would be 190 degrees. Or to do it using a method, so we can just exchange here. 16 take away 7, 9, 2 take away 1, 190. So angle A is around about 190 degrees. So let's have a look at some more reflex angles here. So angle B here. So again, this is clearly much bigger than 180 degrees. Angle D again. So this angle here would be acute. So it would be less than 90 degrees. So say it was around 80 degrees, I guess. So you would work out that it would be 360 take away 80 to work out angle D, because 360 would be the full turn. This angle and this angle added together would be 360 degrees, because that is the full turn, the full rotation, the full turn of the angle, the full amount of space. And then angle E here, again, this is even a little bit even more acute. So the angle here, the reflex angle, is even bigger, as you can see. The turn is much bigger. Kind of looks like Pac-Man, doesn't it, if you know Pac-Man? And angle H here is the biggest angle by far, because look, it's nearly a complete circle. So this would be over 300, I imagine. You know, much more than 300, because this angle here, this acute angle, is very small, as you can see. Very small angle. I would guess around about 15 or 20 degrees. So this would be around about 340, 345 degrees, angle H. Okay, so that is having a quick look at estimating angles and having a look at a little bit at calculating, but also reflex angles as well. Thank you for listening.